1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please gently open your eyes. Friends, we finished the discourse as well as the meditation, and now we do have a Q&A session. Anyone who has any inquiries about any spiritual topics, I will be happy to address that at this time. Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Tarek. My question is, sometimes the sound comes, and is it possible due to confusion and sadness, or maybe karmic accounts, for some period of time you don't experience sound? Like some I was experiencing, and then there is a gap, and then I'm confused. Like,
Yes, it is very possible that a spiritually initiated individual will experience the sound current for a certain period of time, and then some circumstances occur in the life of this initiate, and then he or she will stop experiencing the sound current. So this is something very common that happens in this physical world. So do not get discouraged. Just go ahead and put your attention in your meditation, and eventually you will hear the sound current again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tarek. My question is, what do you do when you sit in meditation and you don't feel love and devotion? Then what do you, is your meditation invalid?
When you sit in meditation and you do not feel any love and devotion.
Oh, not any. Maybe you live a little bit, but not a lot.
Okay. Then in this case, you can imagine that you are doing your meditation with love and devotion. We can do a small experiment at this time. Look at me. Please close your eyes. Can you now imagine that I am walking and I will be sitting on your left? Very good. You can open your eyes. So, if you do not feel any love and devotion, it does not invalid your meditation. No, but what you can do, brother, you could imagine that you are doing your meditation with love and devotion, and that is very good. Can you do that from now on?
Yes, I will try. Now, to clarify, the love and devotion should be to Ishwar, to God, or to Jesus, or where do you direct it?
Any entity that you feel love and devotion toward.
Mm-hmm.
You have been spiritually initiated, correct?
Yes.
By Ishwar.
Ishwar.
Okay. Then in this case, your love and devotion should be directed toward Ishwar Puriji. not any other entity, unless something appears within yourself who is pulling you by his love. Okay?
All right.
So again, the key is to do meditation with love and devotion, not mechanically. Ishwar Puriji has extremely emphasized on this very important point. And people were asking him, what if we don't have love and devotion? He said, imagine. Imagination is good enough.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. Thank you, Tarek.
The topic, sound meditation for the sound. Can I say about my own difficulties in this? What happens often that I start with the holy names, right? The meditation, and then it's like, you know, I'm gone somewhere, I don't know, but then the meditation is over. So I forget about, like, do you have any tips for me to kind of, like, do I set aside the time for the sound meditation? Yeah, so,
Yes.
because I think I'm missing this, right?
Okay. So, sister, you are saying that you are only doing the Simran part of meditation. You're not doing the Dhyan and Bhajan parts, correct?
I am not always.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with
Yes. So what you could do going forward, go ahead and do, how much time are you spending on meditation every day? Around, what's the
1
average?
hour.
Sorry?
1 hour.
1
I
hour.
didn't get into the
Okay.
2.5 yet.
Okay, no problem. So in this 1 hour, sister, I'd like you to focus 45 minutes on Simran and Dhyan, that is the repetition of the 5 charged words given to you by your master, as well as the contemplation of his eyes and forehead. 45 minutes. Then 15 minutes would be listening to the sound current, that is bhajan, at the same time contemplating the form of your master, his eyes and forehead. Can you do that?
How do I know it's 15 minutes?
So
it's like
you could set up an alarm if you want.
I'm laughing because Mark likes alarms, right?
But my wife doesn't let me set up alarms.
Maybe that's a good idea. No, we started to meditate together. Actually, it helps a lot, right? Before it was like I'm in one room, he's in another, different times. But the together is helpful,
Good.
right? So, and he puts these alarm sets, right? And I said, bells. And we had a fighting about that. I said, no alarms. I want to go, you know, like I want to forget about everything, not alarms. But
Yes.
maybe we could do this, actually,
Sure.
right? Like as you are telling
Okay,
us.
so 45 minutes,
Yeah,
Simran and Dhyan.
okay.
If you do hear the sound during that time, you stop the Simran and you focus on the sound. Sound has priority over the mental repetition of the 5 charged words. Okay? And so, but going forward, 45 minutes and then 15 minutes, no Simran, just try to listen to the sound current within and at the same time do the Dhyan, that is the contemplation of your beloved. Okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
I just have a question. Ishwarji always talked about seva. So there are different sevas. So if you're doing a seva with your physical form, with your body, is it necessary to do the seva in the same group where you have taken initiation from, or you can do the seva anywhere, even if it is, because I feel, I might be wrong, that all the PLMs, they are form of the true Shabad, and the Shabad is the same. It's only the physical form of the PLMs keep on changing. If someone is initiated from one PLM, like Ishwar Puriji, but they are doing a seva in with some other group, which also is a form of the same lineage as from where Ishwar Puriji was, is it okay or it's not?
Very good question. Sister, seva is not limited to a particular space or time. You could do the seva anywhere, anytime, as long as in your being you know that you are doing this seva for your beloved. Even if it's another lineage,
Yeah.
or even it's another spiritual organization, it does not matter. As long as you are doing your seva with love and devotion for your beloved inside, you are absolutely fine. It is not limited to that particular group where you got initiated at all. So you could do it anywhere and you could do it anytime, as long as in your being you know that you are doing this seva for your beloved.
So that has to be the, while doing the seva, or just we know that we are doing the seva with that in mind, that it is for, I don't know how to express that. But also one more question, are all the PLMs, we say about everything was from sound current, was from Shabad, are all the PLMs, they have the same Shabad, the same sound current, it's only the physical form through which we see them is different?
Yes, but the question is, how do you know if a master is a perfect living master or a non-perfect living master? That is the question, sister. But to answer your question, yes, all perfect living masters they're coming from the kalima, from the nam, from the shabad. Absolutely correct. But focus your attention on the perfect living master who has pulled you from within with his love. Focus on that.
Okay, and leave the noise.
I had a question about the sound current. So the sound current is supposed to lead us beyond the mind, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it's supposed to lead beyond the mind, and ultimately the sound current is the master.
Yes.
Okay. So when you're listening to the sound current, you said it could be thunder, it could be a bell, it could be different things. So do different sounds indicate different levels of consciousness?
Not necessarily. It depends on the person. One initiate could experience a bell or a flute or thunder or a conch or a bagpipe. These are what we call little sounds. They will eventually lead what Ishwarji talked about, the grand bell, which is the powerful one that really pulls you, and it transcends the realms of the mind and time. So these little sounds in the beginning, these are encouraging sounds, and it's good for you to listen to them, but they do not necessarily take you to different levels of consciousness. For example, you could say, oh, this bell, the little bell, maybe it's astral, or the flute takes me to causal, or thunder takes me to trikuti. Not necessarily. These are little sounds. Ishwarji talked to them about like test sounds that will eventually lead you to the grand bell. And the grand bell is the one that you really need to focus on, because the grand bell will take you, through the grand bell, you will be able to cross the realms of the mind and time.
Okay, so this grand bell, this is really the goal, is to listen to the grand bell. Now, it doesn't necessarily just happen in meditation. You could listen to the grand bell. But you said very specifically, it's the inner ears that listen, that hear the grand bell or any inner sound, right? It's not the physical. So are you supposed to listen to this the sound current, you know, throughout the entire day? Is this something that is, you know, just sometimes? Like, what's the...
It is nearly extremely difficult to listen to the sound bell the entire day. Why? Because as I explained in the spiritual discourse, the mind is so noisy and busy, and the senses are continuously stimulated. However, you did mention something interesting, that yes, it is possible to experience the sound outside meditation. Very possibly. It could happen to you in the waking state of consciousness. It could also happen to you in the dreaming state of consciousness, whereby you are sleeping at night and you are dreaming, and then suddenly you hear the inner sound. So the inner sound does not necessarily come during meditation. It does not. It could come at any time. How and why? It is his decision. Your master's decision. It is his moj. He decides whenever he wants you to experience the sound. It could be during meditation, it could be outside meditation. But the point is, you go ahead and you do your meditation every day, and as I mentioned to the sister, you allocate some time whereby you will go ahead and do your bhajan and dhyan without simran. A specific time, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, you decide. And sometimes while you are repeating the simran, you may hear some sounds, inner sounds, with the inner ear. Then you will stop your simran and your attention should be focused on the sound current or the little sounds that you're hearing, whether it's a bell, a flute, thunder, conch, or a bagpipe, whatever it is.
Okay, and how important is listening to the sound current to merge with your beloved?
It's extremely important, sister. As I mentioned in my spiritual discourse, many satsangis, and I've been getting emails from many of us, they're finding themselves stuck in light phenomena. They are focusing, their attention is focused on inner star, inner sun, inner moon, but they are not able to go further. Why? Because their attention is focused on the light. So the sound current is extremely important. As I mentioned, the sound current is like a stream that flows back to the ultimate creator. So for us to get connected to the ultimate creator, we need this sound current. Since the perfect living master is swimming in the sound current, he is the only one who can connect us to the sound current. So the sound current is extremely important in Sant-Mat philosophy. Without it, we cannot cross beyond the realms of the mind and time. Without it, we cannot experience such Khand. So the sound current is extremely a prerequisite, and as I mentioned in my discourse, it's even more important than the light. Many masters, including Huzur Maharaj, Sawan Singh Ji, Ishwar Puri Ji, they have focused, they said that both light and sound are essential tools in our spiritual journey. But the sound is even more important because only through the sound we can reach such Khand. The light will not take us to such Khand. Ishwar Puri Ji has said, the light shows you the way. The sound takes you there.
Right, so it's a lot of listening to your master, listening to the sound, listening inside, and that pulls the attention up. And that's really important for reaching
Exactly.
such Khand.
So Ishwar Puri Ji has advised us to direct our attention to the third eye center behind the physical eyes, because the sound current is very powerful there. Now, the sound current is present everywhere, but especially in the third eye center, behind the physical eyes and between the physical ears. It is very powerful over there. So you need to focus your attention in the third eye center, and then the sound may not come immediately right away, but something shifts within you. Something will shift within you. The heart will become softer, the ego will become calmer, the presence of the perfect living master will become more tangible.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe two questions. Can sound and light come together?
Yes, absolutely. Light and sound can come together. So please remember, brothers and sisters, the spiritual path is extremely subjective and highly personalized. For you, brother, you may experience light and sound at the same time. Why not? For other initiates, they may not. But again, if you have to choose between light and sound, all mystics in Sant Mat philosophy said the sound has the priority. The sound has the upper hand. Therefore, Sant Mat philosophy is also known as Surt Shabd Yoga. Surt, attention. Shabd, the sound current. Yoga, union. So yes, light is very important. Don't get me wrong. It is an encouraging and powerful experience. But the light in itself is not enough. We need to experience the sound, because only the sound will allow us to cross beyond the realms of the mind and time. What is your other question, brother?
Oh, other question in a second. So let's say if we made like analogy to the sailboat. So the sound, it will be like a wind that pushes us toward the goal. And then the light would be like, you know, we can see the goal, you know, like the sun that allows us to see if there's an island there, or is a, you know, it's like shows us the way, but sound is pushing us, right?
Yes.
Is that
That's
fair?
a fairly good analogy, brother. Ishwar Puriji has said, the light shows you the way. The sound takes you there. So yes, light guides and sound pulls. Yes.
Now, second question is regarding the sound, the big bell. Is this like an oscillating sound, like a bell, like bound, bound? Or just like one? Like, how does it manifest? Is like one continuous sound, or is like a church bell? It's just, or like heartbeat, like boom, 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 or just one continuous?
Brother, because this is not a spoken word, and because it is a sound without language, it's extremely difficult to describe the sound in words. But I can tell you this, the grand bell can be, like you mentioned, it could be bong, 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 or it could be continuous.
Okay.
It depends on the person. You will know. Once an initiate experience the grand bell, he or she will immediately know that this is the sound current. No question. There won't be any question in the mind. It is so powerful that it's going to pull you within. And through the sound current, you're going to merge with your beloved. And by merging with your beloved, you're going to merge with Satpurush, the ultimate creator. So you could say that your individuated soul will experience the sound current, and then you will experience your beloved, and then you will experience the ultimate creator. Because the sound current will lead you to merging into your beloved, and it will lead you to merging into the ultimate creator. After all, brother, The perfect living master is no one but your higher self, your true self.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
As you said, like, I think probably the question was asked before also. To increase your love and devotion, you said just imagine, that you are experiencing love. But won't it be that dry and kind of forced? Or I would say, some days, especially when they're problematic days, you feel the master all the time because you talk to him, you are upset or about whatever, but usually the days when you feel a dry spell, but how to keep it consistent without having ego into it?
Okay.
Because sometimes I feel too much of this thing should not overwhelm. How to be that without having an ego, you still feel his presence all the time around, and be like a sponge, that as much grace he gives you, you are able to absorb it as like a sponge.
So you mostly feel the tangible presence of your master when you are in trouble, correct?
No, otherwise also, but it increases
Okay.
when you are into some kind of
Crisis?
mental crisis or something which is going around in your day-to-day life. You remember him more, I would say. It's not that you don't remember him other days, but you remember him more. The intensity increases. But there are, how to have the intensity always to a heightened level without being a manual exercise that you
Okay.
are, forcing yourself to love him. No. As you said, love is very natural. You can't force yourself. It just happens.
So, first of all, I'd like to comment about what you said, imagination. How to imagine that you have love and devotion. I'm not saying to pretend, to imagine. Why? If you pretend that you have love and devotion during meditation, that this pretension comes from the mind. However, imagination comes from the astral level, so it's on a deeper level, sister. So if you imagine that you have love and devotion, is different than to pretend that you have love and devotion. Imagination is effortless. Pretending that you have love and devotion, it's somewhat bothersome. Why? Because you are trying to force yourself to have love and devotion. And that could be detrimental to your the quality of your meditation. Meditation should be effortless, natural, spontaneous. So therefore, doing meditation with love and devotion through imagination is very different than doing meditation by pretending that you have love and devotion. That's one thing.
Sorry, how to make a difference between it's your mind who's playing that, oh, I'm imagining, or it's pretending? How would you know? How would you know the difference?
Very
Because
simple.
because your mind is active.
Very simple. If you are struggling with your meditation, you feel that you are being bothered and something is forced upon you and you're not enjoying it and it's dry, then this is pretension by the mind. However, if your meditation is spontaneous, effortless, and natural, then you are using your imagination. Okay? Very simple. Now, the second thing that you mentioned, how can we maintain the equanimity? And as you know, this physical world is so uncertain, there is so much impertinence, this world is ephemeral. So how can we maintain this equanimity and be still throughout our physical life? Easy. You have to be consistent and regular with your daily meditation practice. Many friends of mine are telling me that throughout years they've been regular in their meditation practice, but then circumstances occur in their life and then as such they stop being regular. When you are not regular in your meditation and you're not doing it with love and devotion, this is when you become a little bit weaker. Why? Because you're not experiencing the master within. Many people tell me, oh, I don't want to do meditation. I just need love and devotion. Well, yes, love and devotion will only take you to Sachkhand. And Ishwar Puriji has said that many, numerous occasions, only love and devotion. But meditation is extremely important. Why? Number one, it will still the mind. The mind is so noisy. The mind is so busy. The mind is so scattered. Meditation stills the mind. Number two, meditation burns your pralabdha and kariman karma. Remember, when we got initiated by our perfect living master, he went ahead and he burned our sinchit karma, also known as reserve karma. But we still have the pralabdha, fate karma, and kariman, present karma. So if you do meditation regularly, you are going to burn your fate and present karmas. So it's very important. And number three, and that's probably the most important one, and many of us take it for granted. The Master has asked us to do meditation. It is, we are showing him that we are being obedient to him. We take it for granted. So this is a very important point why we should be regular in meditation. If you are too busy doing 2.5 hours a day, okay, Ishwarji can be gracious enough to tell you, okay, sister, do 1 hour, but don't quit it like this by itself. So meditation is extremely important for the 3 reasons I mentioned. Meditation alone will not produce love and devotion. No, love and devotion will only come from the beloved, from your master. But when the master sees you that you are sitting in silent meditation and you are doing your best effort to sit and still the mind and lovingly direct your attention to the third eye center, then he's going to reward you. Then he's going to start giving you doses of love. And you're going to feel that. Wow, why am I feeling so good today? I'm feeling some overflowing grace coming from nowhere. Guess what? This is the grace of the Master flowing to you. And his grace flows all the time. All the time. But we do not feel it. Why? Because our cup is not turned upward. And the cup represents attention. So our cup representing attention, it's right now like this. The drops are, the rains is there. The droplets of love and grace are flowing. But guess what? We're not collecting any of these in our cup. Why? Because our attention is scattered outward. So that's why my recommendation to you, please be regular in your daily meditation practice. Do as much as you can do, but don't leave it by itself. Okay, I'll do it the next day. Then guess what? Some other problems occur in your daily life, and then you keep postponing. No, don't postpone. Even 5 minutes. Many chief executive officers went to Ishwarji. They told him, Ishwarji, we're too busy. We are running multinational corporations. We do not have the time. Ishwarji responded, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening are good enough. But you have to be regular in your daily meditation practice. And remember, sister, meditation includes Simran, Bhajan, and Dhyan. These 3 aspects of meditation you have to do every day, even for a few minutes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What happens if you do it for too less time?
What happened if you do meditation for?
1 minute.
Okay, you can do it with 1 minute as well, Avir. No problem, but do it with love and devotion, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Tarek ji. So if you have not yet been initiated on the outside and you haven't received the 5 charged words, how do you recommend proceeding with that? How do you recommend going deeper in your meditation without those 5 charged words?
When the chela is ready, the guru appears. When the disciple is ready, the master will appear. There is absolutely no doubt that once you are ready, then your perfect living master will appear into your life, and he or she will give you the spiritual initiation, which includes the meditation instructions, Simran, Bhajan, and Dhyan. Meanwhile, go ahead and keep meditating every day with love and devotion. Mentally repeat any word or a set of words that are very dear to your being. Anything that means so much to you, you go ahead and do that on a daily basis. And then eventually, the master, your beloved, will appear, and you will be given the spiritual initiation in due time.
Thank you.
Sorry, one more question for me. The ultimate goal of the spiritual path is to reach Sachkhand, which means to first merge with the beloved, merge with Satpurush. And right now we're governed by the mind. So the ultimate goal is actually to only be governed by Master. Is that correct? Okay. So sometimes like you said, we take it for granted, or we overlook the fact that Master has asked us to do certain things like meditation. And I find that obeying the Master for some reason is difficult.
Why?
Maybe it's the mind that is fighting very, very fiercely. For example, before initiation, it wasn't hard for me to sit for an hour of meditation. After initiation, suddenly it's very difficult. Obeying the Master becomes very difficult, but sometimes I feel that I often think, oh, because I'm doing meditation and I'm following this thing, because of my meditation, I'm going to get results. But the reality is that the results are completely in Master's hand, and it's 100% to do with His grace. If He is going to give me the grace, then I'm going to have results, spiritual results. But is it such that if we focus very intently on obeying the Master, because ultimately He will be in control of us completely, He will take over us. If we focus very intently on obeying the Master, is that going to help increase the grace?
Absolutely. So you said something interesting, that right now we are all under the control of the mind. Yes and no. Why? Most of us here present in this meeting hall have been spiritually initiated by Ishwar Puriji. Once we are spiritually initiated by a perfect living Master, we are no longer accountable for Kal. Kal is the god of time and death, and Kal is the supreme ruler of the three lower worlds, the physical, the astral, and the causal worlds. Once the soul gets initiated by a perfect living Master, the human soul is no longer under the command and control of Kal. The human soul becomes under the command and control of Dayal, of our perfect living Master. So therefore, why do we have to meditate daily? The most important reason is to show our obedience to our Master. Yes, we do burn karma. Yes, we still the mind. Yes, meditation will give us clarity of thoughts. Yes, meditation will develop our intuition. I am not denying that. But I feel, brothers and sisters, that the most important reason why we should practice daily meditation with love and devotion is to show our obedience to our master. And then the master will automatically recompensate us. He will shower his grace upon us. He will shower his love upon us. So therefore, we should really put that into our mind, into our heart, and into our soul, that the main reason of practicing daily meditation should be that to obey our master. Now, the master can give us some leverage. If it's very hard for us to sit for 2.5 hours a day, fine, do 1 hour a day, but at least do some meditation on a daily basis to show that you are obedient to the master. Once you do that, then the cup, which is right now lying flat, will gradually and gently start going upward. The rain is always there, and the rain represents the droplets of love and grace of the perfect living master. They're always there. Whether we are meditating or not, he always loves us. Whether we are good or bad, he always loves us. But once you meditate and you are showing that you are following his instructions, the cup, which is the attention, starts going gently upward, and you are going to begin to collect these droplets of love and grace, and you are going to feel the presence of the master more tangible on your daily life.
That makes sense. Like obeying the master instead of obeying the mind.
Exactly. But it's not going to be easy. The mind is so powerful, like you mentioned. Meditation before getting spiritually initiated by a perfect living master is very easy, because meditation does not try to cross the realm of the mind and time. Carl knows that. I was personally involved in transcendental meditation before I met Ishwar Puriji, and I had great spiritual experiences in transcendental meditation. However, when I learned Surat Shabd Yoga on April 2nd, 1995, in Bruce, Wisconsin, USA, by Ishwar Puriji, goodness gracious, my mind was fiercely fighting this meditation. In the beginning, it was so dry. It was so dull. The mind was fiercely battling this meditation. Why? Because the mind knows that this meditation will cross the realms of the mind and time. And Kal doesn't want that. Kal wants all souls, all human souls, to be under his command and control. Eventually, sister, once you reach Sachkhand, you're going to find out that this was all in agreement between Dayal and Kal. Dayal controls Kal, and Dayal has given instructions to Kal that Kal, you are the supreme ruler of the 3 lower physical, astral and causal worlds. Kal, you administer the vicious circles of birth, life, and death. Kal, you administer the karma. He gave him these authorities in the beginning. Kal loves that. Kal, by the way, is not a soul, it is an entity, as Ishwar Puriji explained. So Kal does not want the human souls to go beyond his command and control. He doesn't like that. So he's going to, through the mind, he's going to fiercely battle this meditation. So in the beginning, it's going to be very hard to meditate. But you have to show some self-discipline. And eventually, the heart becomes softer, the mind becomes quieter, the ego becomes calmer, and the presence of your perfect living master becomes more tangible. But in the beginning, it's going to be very hard. And I agree with you. And that is my personal experience. Surat Shabd Yoga in the beginning was extremely dry and dull and boring. I couldn't sit in meditation for 15 minutes. While before Surat Shabd Yoga, I used to do 5 hours of meditation daily, and I had great experiences, but they were all within the astral world, not beyond.
Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, sorry, just one last question. I know I'm hogging this. You mentioned merging with the beloved and then going, merging with Satpurush. So what's the difference?
There is no difference.
Okay.
Merging with the beloved is equivalent to merge with the ultimate creator, Satpurush. The ultimate creator has to, when it comes to Pinda, has to have a physical human form. Otherwise, we cannot interact with Satpurush. So therefore, the perfect living master is a physical embodiment of the ultimate creator, of Satpurush, of Satcha Allah. You name it, whatever you want. There is no difference. The perfect living master is equivalent to the ultimate creator.
So it's the same thing?
Absolutely the same thing.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just a quick question. I've heard that there has been dissolution of all this system before also. So when this happens, so we all go back, then there is no earth, there is no physical forms. So all the people who have reached Sanchkhand, they have to come back again when all this play starts again, because there have been many times that there had been dissolution of those physical forms, the earth. So will it happen again? So if we take all the effort and do and souls reach the Sanchkhand, they have to come back when the new thing happens?
Sister, when you reach Sachkhand, would you like to return back to the 3 lower worlds, or would you like to stay there with the buns?
Stay there.
Okay, so don't worry about the others. Focus on yourself.
No, have they to come back? People who have reached this, have gone to the Sachkhand after the new play starts.
It depends. Ishwar Puri Ji has explained that in Sachkhand, there are 2 different entities, the Hans and the Bans. The Hans, all of us, we are the more adventurous ones. We made a deal with the ultimate creator, Satpurush, Satcha Allah, whatever you want to call him, that, yeah, let's go have an adventure. We'll go to the 3 lower worlds. We'll have fun, so-called fun. Satpurush said, okay, but I will promise you that I will never abandon you, that when in the midst of your deepest misery, pain, suffering, and sorrow, I will come through a perfect living master, and I will spiritually initiate you and take you back home. So we made a deal with Satpurush. We went to the Akashic records found in Trikuti. We picked up a DVD. We knew what was in the DVD. We knew it. Okay, this is what's going to happen to us, etc. So play and display of creation. We got initiated. Now we started the spiritual journey back to Sachkhand. Now, once a soul returns back to Sachkhand, it is up to the soul whether he or she wants to return back or not. Not necessarily. I know what you're talking about, Perle and Mahaperle, yes. The dissolution and the grand dissolution of creation. It depends on the person. If your soul had enough of this Maya, illusion of the physical world, Master, I had enough. This world is nothing but misery, pain, suffering, and sorrow. There is no happiness. Then guess what? You could stay in Sachkhand for eternity. You don't have to return back. On the other hand, some souls who have returned back to Sachkhand, they may say, hey, let's go back for another adventure. So it's very subjective, and it's a gray area. It depends on the human soul, what it truly desires. But once you return back to Sachkhand, you decide. Nobody else decides on your behalf. Because guess what? The drop of water has finally merged with the boundless ocean of love. So then you are the ocean. So then you make a decision whether you want to return back to the physical world or not.
Just one more question. I've heard on few discourses that Ishwarji has said about the other three stages after the Sachkhand, the Agam, Anam, and Anami. So has that also been, how different is it is from being at Sachkhand and for the other three stages?
Very good question, sister. So, the human soul gets merged with the perfect living master, who is the embodiment of the ultimate creator in Sachkhand. So the human soul can only attain Sachkhand. Now, from Sachkhand, there are three further realms within Sachkhand of intensification. Alak Lok, the invisible region; Agam Lok, the inconceivable region; Anami Lok, the nameless region. Now, for the human soul to experience these three further realms, it cannot do it. It has to be merged with the ultimate creator, with Sat Purush. So the human soul cannot experience these three further realms unless it's merged with the ultimate creator. So only by being merged with the ultimate creator in Sachkhand, we will be able to experience these three further realms: Alak, Agam, and Anami.
So do all the souls experience this after they merge with the ultimate creator?
Not all souls, no. Only the ones who really want to experience these. Some souls are very happy in Sachkhand. They say, no, Master, we're very happy in Sachkhand. There is no need to go to these other three realms. Some souls have been stuck in Bhanwar Gufa, which is self-realization. It's beyond the mind, but it's not Sachkhand. It's not totality of consciousness. It's self-realization. And they're very happy there, experiencing immortal bliss 24/7 by 365. But they don't have the desire to go further. It depends on the soul.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Tarek ji. When you say that you are deciding when we are there in Sachkhand, for example, whether you want to come back to this world or experience the lower levels, or you choose to stay there happy, don't want to go further upward towards those three regions you mentioned just now, is that also again in your capacity, or that so-called free will you're given, but again it's behind the scene, it's again Master doing it? And when you say that you decide, in what sense we are even capable of deciding? And if we are in that level, we have already fully submitted ourselves. The soul has become one with the Master and surrendered completely. My doubt here, the question here is, would you just allow Master to decide for you, or because you are the same, you are that, you can do whatever you want?
Excellent question, sister. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, free will, or the illusion of free will, only exists in the physical world, in Pinda. The illusion of the free will only exists in the physical world, Pinda. There is no free will. Everything, all perfect living masters in Sant-Mat philosophy, from different lineages, they all said that everything that happens in our lives is preordained. So, however, once the human soul is merged with totality of consciousness, with Sat Purush in Sachkhand, there is no more free will. You decide. I mean, basically, you are one with the Creator. So that's why I mentioned to the sister that it depends on the soul what it wants. If you want to experience the 3 further realms within such kind of intensification, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You make the decision. You are now merged totally and completely with the ultimate Creator, with Sat Purush. So therefore, you make a decision. So the illusion of the free will does not exist in Sachkhand. Why? Because that's it. The game is over. You are totally and completely merged with your beloved, with your perfect living master. And again, the perfect living master is the embodiment of Sat Purush. So there is no more drop of water. There is the boundless ocean. So therefore, it is up to you to make a decision whether you want to return back to the 3 lower worlds, or whether you want to stay on Sachkhand, or whether you want to go ahead and experience the 3 further realms within Sachkhand, or just stay in Sachkhand like the Hans and Buns. It is entirely up to you.
So my question next is, once you are there in Sachkhand, and then you go above, experience those things, and you're merged already, and you are still able to go above into those 3 levels, being there in Sachkhand, and are you able to come down way after that, or you cannot come down anymore?
Come down where, sister?
Like towards this physical again, like Master says, come on, let's go back.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
You can still.
You can still.
And you forget those experiences when you come back.
Right. So even if you are, say, in Anami Lok, the nameless region, which we cannot describe in thoughts, in words, in actions, it is beyond everything and everyone. So even if you are in Anami, enjoying eternal bliss, infinite peace, and boundless love, you can still return to the 3 lower worlds, that is the physical, the astral, and the causal worlds, if you choose to. The Master will never force you, because you're already merged with the Master. So you make the decision. You are the Master. What does it mean you are merged with the Master? With Sat Purush, with the ultimate Creator, you are Sat Purush. So then you make a decision that I would like to return back, and you can, when there is a dissolution, perle, or a grand dissolution, maha perle, you can return back, the soul can return back to the 3 lower worlds and experience the vicious circle of birth, life, and death, and be under the command and control of Kal until your soul is fed up with all this misery, suffering, sorrow, and unhappiness. And then guess what? Sat Purush will come to you again in the form of a perfect living master, because again, we need a human form. So Sat Purush cannot come to you like this, like an angel. No. He has to come through you because you have a physical body. The perfect living master will come to you, embodiment of Sat Purush, in a physical form, and it will spiritually initiate you, and then you'll start again the journey, the spiritual journey back to Sachkhand, and you are there, and you are experiencing eternal bliss. You may get bored. Guess what, Master? I want to return back. Okay, it's up to you. But then again, you have to go first to Akashic Records, pull up a DVD, because guess what? When you return to the 3 lower worlds, you have to have karma. Without karma, you cannot have a physical body. So you have to pick up a DVD to come back again to enjoy this illusion or maya, if you choose to do so. Again, not everybody chooses to return back after the soul reaches Sachkhand. Few of us. the adventurous ones. The Buns, the Huns are very adventurous. We are all Huns. But the Buns are happy there. They're singing and dancing 24/7 by 365. They are experiencing boundless love, eternal bliss, and infinite peace. They're not interested in the three lower worlds. But at any point, sister, if your soul merged with Satpurush decides you want to return back, you can. But it's up to you. You make the decision. Nobody else makes it on your behalf.
I guess I already made that mistake, not to do it again.
I'd just like to follow up on this, Dr. Tarek. During Great Master's time, it was promised to Great Master from Baba Jaimal Singh Ji, I believe, right? That he said to Great Master, when Great Master said, I don't want to come back. Like when Great Master became the master and he was having the conversation, he's like, do not make me come back for these people. Like, I want to go and merge, right? And then Baba Jaimal Singh Ji said, okay, so it's in his Maj. You will not have to come back. All of your initiates will go to Sachkhand, right? But what we're experiencing here is we see some of the initiates from Great Master's time here. So they must be in the Hans category. And my perspective is that they came to be the entourage of the Satpurush in the physical form of the perfect living master. Like they came for another adventure because the master was coming again. Is that correct? Like, or I don't know if I'm describing that, you know, in a...
Yes and no.
Okay.
Let me highlight this important topic. So, during the Great Master's time, not all the souls have reached Sachkhand.
Initiates or non-initiates?
Initiates. Okay. So, they have reached very high levels. Astral, Banknal, Causal, Trikuti, even Trikuti, which is extremely high. Maybe very few Bhanwar Gufa. So they had to come back in order for them to reach Sachkhand. That's one thing. The other thing is some of the souls have reached Sachkhand and they decided to return back to Pinda so that they can be in the entourage of the new perfect living master. So that's why I said yes and no. Yes, you're correct, because some of the souls who have reached Sachkhand, they immediately want to embark on another adventure, and they took a human form after they picked up a DVD from the Akashic records in Trikuti to come back to Pinda. And no, because not all the human souls have reached Sachkhand. Not all of them. Actually, many of them did not. So, yeah. Sachkhand is a huge thing, you know. I mean, yes, it's kind of a big deal. It is a big deal. You're correct. Yes. Okay. Does this answer your question, sister?
Yeah, surprisingly, but yes.
Okay.
Yes. I guess Baba Jaimal Singh just had to tell him to comfort him. I don't know. Said, okay, don't worry. we'll talk about that later. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Tarek ji. Okay, when you say like the soul decides once it reaches to the Sachkhand, does soul forget about this pain? Or does it just understand the pain that it's... Why? Isn't one mistake is enough? So I just want to know that why I'm going to decide again. If the soul just reaches. At this point, we just want to leave and reach there. Then how I'm going to... Do I forget that? Or I just understand that what is the reality?
That's a very good question. I believe you were here back in December 2024 when I had my spiritual discourse on forgetfulness and remembrance. Okay. Now, once the soul is merged with the beloved in such kind, and you decide to embark on another adventure, it's not about forgetting. No, you still remember what happened, but you do it out of love. Why? Because your perfect living master wants to return back to Pinda, so out of love you say, yes, I would like to accompany you in another adventure. So you do it out of love for the master. But you still remember, of course. You remember all the misery, the suffering, the pain that the mind has inflicted on the human soul when you were in Pinda for hundreds of years or even thousands of years for some of us. You remember that. But some souls decide to return back out of love because their master, well, the master who took them there, he, for a certain reason, got bored in such kind, and he wants to have fun again. So he decides to return back to the three lower worlds, and then his beloved disciples decided, okay, master, we'll come with you. So it's not about forgetfulness, no. We have all the memory of what happened to us. Now, once we come to Pinda, and then we are reborn again, the physical body, then we forget, yes. And that's the topic that I covered in the spiritual event of December 2024. And I would encourage you to listen to it again, yes. But to answer your question, if the soul is completely merged with the beloved, with Sat Purush in such kind, no, the memory is all there. You do not forget anything. But you decide to return back out of love, not because you forgot, no.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just a tiny follow-up on that question.
Yes.
So when you reach Sachkhand, you merge, and you're said, I mean, come on, it does sound fun, right, to come back with your master. If you can be with your master from a young age and be in the teachings and do seva every day, not go to school, I don't know, I think that sounds pretty nice. But they have blinders still, right? Like even when they merge and they come back in this life to be the entourage, there is a blinders for a certain period of time with those individuals.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That is exactly correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, there's another follow-up. Oh, follow-up to a follow-up. There's a follow-up. I don't know, what should I...
So the follow-up is like on that why don't we choose a better Akashic record for all of us?
Excellent question, sister. Exactly.
When we know, at that time we know what we have gone through, what it is to be going down. But now when we come down, we have blinders. But if we have been there and come down, then why don't we all, everyone, choose a better Akashic record? Or your Sadguru still has a role to play, which Akashic record you're going to pick up?
So normally we choose a better DVD in the Akashic record when the soul decides to return back to the three lower worlds. But remember, you are the one who picks up the DVD from the Akashic records. Your master will not pick it up for you on your behalf. You're the one, and when you pick it up, you have an idea you have a very good idea what's going to happen in your life in Pinda. But normally, yes, you pick up again. Sometimes the soul says, never again, master, never again I'll return back to Pinda. But guess what? We go there, and then out of love for the master, we return back. Out of love, not out of order. The master will never order us,
No, out of love only. But
yes.
The thing is, why don't we all choose a better, Akashic record?
So,
that's all.
Yes.
Yeah, you're proper.
But remember,
the mindset is such.
Physical world is ups and downs. Zindagi kabhi kushi kabhi gam. Life is a mixture of happiness and sorrow. So There will be ups and there will be downs. And guess what? The perfect living masters, when they come to this physical world, they also have karma. They will take karma. They have to have karma to come here. They have to. They'll have sinshit karma, pralabd karma, and kariman karma. Without karma, we cannot exist in the physical world. Period. So therefore, to answer your question, normally the next time, usually we pick up a better, slightly better, but it's very subjective. What do you mean by better? Less misery? Less suffering?
Yeah.
Less pain?
For sure.
It's very subjective. Yeah. Some souls, they don't care. They just pick up a DVD. Are you sure you want to pick up this? Yes, master. We just want, for the sake of having fun. Really? You call this fun? The mind creates so much misery, suffering, sorrow, pain. Pain. Are you telling me that the experience of pain is not real? Tarek, you're telling me that this world is Maya, illusion. But what about the experience of pain? Being lonely, being stuck by the realms of Kal. Kal is trying to always, lure us, seduce us with the outer senses, with whatever outer beauties and outer enticements there are. Attachments, exactly. It's a trap.
Thank you.
Follow-up question. When you said masters also take up on karma to have these births and, so all these PLMs have been through several lives before they came into this human body, and then in order to create karma, and they also suffered through all those lives. And this life, they became PLM, or they came direct entry here, like wildcard entry, that they take this human body and then do this, play with this illusion and then take us back?
It can happen both ways, sister.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Two quick questions. Like in the morning, we meditate together with my wife, and in the evening, we say the Rosary, which is like a Christian prayer directed to Holy Mary, Jesus, and God, Holy Spirit. And then I remember Ishwar said, you don't have to stop being a Christian, you're going to have to stop being Buddhist when you do Sant Mat. So, do you have advice for us? How can we pray a rosary to make it a part of our spiritual practice, as was taught by Ishwar? Yes.
Brother, Sant Mat is not a religion. Mm-hmm. Sant Mat is a philosophy. And Ishwar Puriji has made it very clear that Sant Mat philosophy does not contradict with any world religion in any way, shape, fashion, or form. If both of you have still the desire to practice prayers the Christian way, go ahead and keep doing that. But at one point, you may feel that this desire is becoming less and less. And your love eventually toward Ishwarji is growing more and more. So for now, brother, you can do your meditation as instructed to you at the time of spiritual initiation by Ishwar Puriji with love and devotion. If you have the desire to practice Christianity, go ahead, do that. There is no contradiction. But your meditation of Surat Shabd Yoga should not be mixed with your prayer of the Christian way. So what you are doing now is very good. You are doing your Surat Shabd Yoga meditation in the morning, together you and your wife. That's perfect. And then even in the evening, if you want to do rosary beads,
yes,
with the Christian way, go ahead, absolutely do that. There is no contradiction at all. Many spiritually initiates of Ishwar Puriji, they come from different sects, from different religions, from different national origin, from different backgrounds. And there is absolutely no contradiction. If a person feels that they want to keep the religion they were born into, or they convert to, there is no harm at all. So you keep doing that, but like I said, you do your meditation of Surat Shabad Yoga in the morning, and then in the evening you could do the rosary beads the Christian way, no problem at all whatsoever.
But is there any way we can do it so it becomes a part of our practice?
It is already a part of your practice, brother. You've been doing now the meditation in the morning and the rosary beads every day for so many years. Is this correct?
Yeah, correct.
Just a few months we started, right?
Well, a regular.
Like this way, right? Like we're doing now.
Just a minute.
Okay, so
Regularly we do it just a few months, but the rosary we did it for years, like as meditation too. My question is there any way to do it so they're both reinforcing each other, like synchronizing each other? That there's a purpose in both,
Brother, we cannot mix oranges with apples. You have Sant-Mat philosophy and you have your religion. Now both do not contradict each other at all. You are already synchronizing what you're doing. You're doing your meditation in the morning, so this is good, and you're doing your rosary beads in the evening, so this is good. As long as you do not mix them together, this is good. For example, I'll give you an example. When you are doing your meditation in the morning, try to contemplate the radiant form of your master, and that is Ishwar Puriji. In the evening, when you are doing the rosary beads, if you want to focus on Jesus Christ, you could do that too. No harm. But don't try to mix both of them together. That's all. Keep them separate.
Okay.
You keep doing that, brother, as long as you have desire. Now, eventually, after certain years, and Ishwarji has told me that many people who were religious, eventually they were focusing more on Sant-Mat because they have found more practical experience, subjective experience than the religion. But religion by itself does not contradict Sant-Mat philosophy, and vice versa is also correct.
Another question, which we were oftentimes discussing with Ella, it's regarding the comeback from higher realms to this world, the motivation. Sometimes, like for instance in Buddhism, there is this concept of bodhisattva. It comes back to this world out of compassion for the beings. Is this bodhisattva is comparable to the masters, that they come here to take us to or bodhisattva comes to help beings out of the suffering?
Yes.
A similar concept.
Perfect living masters, the Satpurush decides to take a human form and through a perfect living master and returns to the three lower worlds out of love, out of compassion, and out of mercy to spiritually initiate certain human souls that have been trapped by Kal for hundreds or even thousands of years. Love is the key.
Yes. So that's very similar idea. Yes. Anybody? Thank you.
Friends, this concludes the Q&A session. The spiritual event is not over yet. We have some prashad here, followed by personal interviews. Any person who would like to have personal private time with me, there is a next room. We can go there and discuss any problems any seeker or any initiate may have. I would be very happy to do that. I would like to thank each and every one of you for graciously coming today, taking your time, your energy, your resources to be here with me. And I must let you know that the presence of Ishwar Puriji has been very tangible in this meeting hall. May the love and the grace of our dear Param Sant Satguru, Ishwar Puriji, be always upon you. Thank you.